What's up, everybody? Barkler here, and welcome to my second Pokemon hacking tutorial. And today I'm going to be showing you how to completely add a Pokemon or change a Pokemon, whatever you want to say, however you want to say it. But I'm basically going to show you how to put a Pokemon that isn't in the game, like a 4th generation or a 5th generation Pokemon. This will work for anything as long as you have the sprites and whatever you the stats and stuff, or whatever you want to, get that Pokemon to be like. But anyway, what I like to start off, and by the way, I should probably tell you that this is a Pokemon hacking tutorial for Pokemon Ruby because that's the only Pokemon hacking ROM that I actually use. And I'm pretty sure this would actually work for Pokemon Fire Red. You can also try for Fire Red, but there is one hacking tool that I haven't quite tested with Pokemon Fire Red just yet. So you may not even you may not be able to get that Pokemon hacking tool to open Fire Red. But if you do, well, then you shouldn't have a problem with the rest of it. So I've been getting a lot of requests from people asking me, a lot of comments from people asking me to start uploading more Pokemon hacking tutorials because a lot of them have been asking how do I do certain things, and when I'm making Pokemon hacks and stuff. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing I want to do is open Unlz and basically open the ROM. I'm going to be using the original Pokemon Ruby ROM, an unhacked version. I have not done anything to this game, or ROM I should say, so don't start uploading a bunch of comments or posting a bunch of comments saying that I did this and that when I really didn't do anything to the ROM. As you can see, I'm still working on Pokemon Bronze here, but that's a whole different story. So let's go ahead and open up our Pokemon Ruby ROM. Again, you don't actually need an unhacked version of Pokemon Ruby. You just need any other Pokemon ROM. I just didn't want to use a Pokemon ROM that was already hacked and kind of confuse you guys. So I'm going to put in 570, and we're going to be changing Victory Bell for Staraptor in this game. And Staraptor is the 4th generation Pokemon, and yeah, he's not actually in this game. So yeah, it's kind of interesting, right? I guess. But basically what you want to have is an index version or index image of Staraptor or whatever Pokemon or creature, whatever it is that you're trying to change out your image with. And basically you'll need to have it indexed, otherwise it will not actually take Unlz will not take that image. It will just kind of give you an error, and then yeah, you'll never actually get it down. There's a thread in the Pokemon community forums that has a download where you can download index sprites for the 5th generation, and well, actually the 4th generation last time I checked, because the 5th generation wasn't out back when I did that. So yeah, you could use that, or you could actually index the sprite yourself, which I can't actually do on this computer for some reason. So that's kind of something that I most likely won't be able to show you. But if you don't know how to do it, you basically just there are some other tutorials on YouTube here that you can watch to actually get that part down. So yeah, so basically what I like to do is click import and just go to your whatever folder you have your images in, and click on front for your front image. And I have front, but it could be called anything. Just pick your front image, and that's basically the image that you'll use when you're actually facing or looking at the Pokemon into the Pokedex or whatever, or your Pokemon team list or whatever you call it in that game. Now here's a problem that a lot of people have. A lot of people say that they can't add certain sprites because it says the image is too big in size and all that stuff. Well, if you don't want that error to happen, basically you just uncheck that one and just check everything else except this one, and then click OK. So at that point you have your image written to the ROM. So we have the front image, so now we go to the back sprite, which we also do the same thing, but this time we just choose the back sprite. That's something a lot of people forget to do for some reason. I'm not actually sure how you do that, but yeah. You just leave your settings exactly the same as we did before, and that's that. That's pretty much how you change the images for your Pokemon sprites. Now there is a different way of doing it. You can actually add images to your game. I'm not actually sure how you do that. I have to look more into that because I don't really Pokemon hack as much as I'm not really into Pokemon hacking like I used to be. So there are a lot of things that I probably forgotten how to do. But changing sprites for older Pokemon, like what I just did right there, is actually the most known way and most used way of doing that. So yeah, that's that, and we'll just close Unlz, and we're going to use a program that a lot of you didn't probably even know about. This is called Advanced Sprite Position Editor, and I'm going to be putting all of the downloads to the hacking tools in the description if possible. I just have to go and find them again. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and open our ROM again. The unhacked, well, it's already been hacked at this point, so yeah. And as you can see, with this program, we're basically just positioning our sprites. We're not changing them in any way. We're just going to just kind of position them. That way, when the Pokemon is actually in the game, it's not too high or too low in the battle background, because that's a problem that a lot of people have as well. But this is just a program that you can use to do that. Now, in the game, as you can see, Staraptor's feet on the top here are maybe in the way of the, well, it's not going to be in the way. Actually, the H hit point bar will probably be over top of his feet. Now, to fix that, we're going to just click on enemy and click down on the enemy arrow, and that'll basically move his sprite image up more. So now he'll be in the center at the top, and if you want to do the same thing with the player, we'll basically just click down and your back sprite will go up. Now, you don't want to go up too far because you don't want to leave a line showing the battle background through your Pokemon sprite, because then they'll kind of look tacky, in my opinion. So yeah, we'll just write that to the ROM, and that's that. So yeah, close that. And for this next tool, which is called YAPE, and it's also, which stands for yet another Pokemon editor, you will not be able to get this Pokemon, your ROM, or you may not even get the program to work properly if you have another Pokemon hacking tool open with your ROM open in that Pokemon hacking tool. So close all of your other Pokemon hacking tools that you currently have open, and then we'll open this one here and kind of focus on changing your stats. And another thing is, if you don't have Framework Net, then you may want to go ahead and download that. Otherwise, this Pokemon tool will not even open at all. So yeah, just go ahead and open that, and we're going to click on our ROM again. And yeah, let's go to our desktop. I have a lot of stuff on my desktop, but I just well, not as much as you probably think I do. It's just that I've downloaded quite a few things to get this tutorial going. So anyway, we start off with Bulbasaur every single time, but we're going to go to Victory Bell, which is the Pokemon that we're hacking, of course. So first thing we're going to do is we have to find him first. If we can find him, where is he? There he is. Kind of weird that I'm having a big problem with remembering what number in the Pokedex the Pokemon I'm hacking is, but whatever. Victory Bell, first thing we're going to do is start off by changing the name. Now, it's something that I probably should tell you about Pokemon. In Pokemon, unless you haven't noticed it, because this is something that I've noticed a lot of Pokemon hackers do. To make this more authentic and make it look more realistic, I should tell you that Pokemon uses caps in all of the names. So just hit your caps lock, and basically start typing in your Pokemon's name, or whatever the Pokemon that you're adding to the game. So as you can see, we have Staraptor, and that's that. So yeah, and I'm going to show you guys another thing in the minute that a lot of people have problem with. Okay, so next thing, since Staraptor is a normal and flying type Pokemon, we're going to click normal and flying. I'm not actually sure what order that was, like what type is 1 or type is 2, but whatever, we get the idea. He's a normal flying type Pokemon. You can also change your stats right here, but it's not a big deal to me. So yeah, I always do that when I'm actually hacking a Pokemon games, but I would have to go on the internet and just kind of look up the actual stats in the game, and that'll just kind of waste a bunch of time. Now we go to other stats and evolutions. Now here you could just basically add any what's that word I'm looking for? Oh yeah, you can actually add any old Pokemon that you want to use to for your Pokemon to evolve into, and you can just change the level, breed only, happiness, day, night, even though there's no day and night cycle in Pokemon Ruby last time I checked, and just basically use any of the options below, and then you'll be able to get your Pokemon to evolve that way. Is what I'm trying to say. And we'll go to moves, because I'm not actually going to show you guys that, but in a minute I'm going to show you something that's kind of in that category though. Now here what you can do is you can see Vine Whip and Razor Leaf, Sleep Powder, and Sweet Scent. Well, those are the attacks that Victory Bell will learn. You can actually change that and start adding a bunch of other moves and attacks for your Pokemon to learn, just like in a real Pokemon game. Even though Pokemon Ruby doesn't have every single move, I mean attack or whatever, same thing, that Pokemon Diamond and Pearl and on up to the Pokemon Black and White series knows. So yeah, there are a few attacks that you'll probably have to substitute for those certain moves. And this is the TM compatibility. With this part, you can basically just uncheck and check all of the attacks and moves that your Pokemon will be able to learn. For example, and this is the HM compatibility, and this is the same thing as the TM compatibility, except you're using HMs. Now, in Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, well, not Fire Red and Leaf Green, Jesus, what am I talking about? In Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, Staraptor can learn Fly, of course. So you check Fly, and I check everything else, and then basically at that point, you can come up here and just save your ROM, and then yeah. And over here is the Pokedex part of it. Now, you could change your Pokedex and kind of start putting down the information that it actually says in a real Pokemon game. I'm pretty sure some of you may not be able to put enough text because it's kind of limited here, but yeah, that's basically how you do that. And you can also change it, and you can see I can basically add whatever I want, and I still have my caps lock still on, but whatever. It doesn't make not a big deal. And that's basically how you do that. Now, you know how this is another thing that a lot of people have a big problem with, and I need to show you guys how to do that because this is something I had a problem with, but I figured it out. You know how when your Pokemon evolves in the game, this is something that people do when they're adding an evolution. Like, let's just say you put Honchkrow in the game and you got Murkrow to evolve into him. Well, let's just say that I use, well, first we're going to find Murkrow. I believe went up too far. There he is. As you can see, Murkrow in the growth rate, as you can see, he's 1,059,000 and all that stuff. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, that was just kind of lazy right there. But as you can see, that's the number of the max SP and the growth rate. Now, let's just say you want him to evolve into Heracross. Well, as you can see, the number is bigger in that one. So I can't actually remember how it works, but if your Pokemon evolves, like if Murkrow evolves into a Pokemon that doesn't have the growth rate of the same number, then basically the level will change. Either drop or it will raise, which you don't want either because it's kind of crazy, right? But yeah, that's basically how you do that. So just change your Pokemon to the same growth rate number, and that should do it. So yeah, and at that point when your Pokemon evolve, the experience points won't rise or drop or anything like that, and that's basically how you do it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. That's pretty much it. Oh, another thing that I forgot to show you guys is the ability for Staraptor. I can't actually remember what ability it was that Staraptor uses in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl because it's been a while since I've played a game with Staraptor in it. So yeah, basically you can come up here to abilities and just I'm going to go with Keen Eye because I think his ability is Keen Eye. I may be wrong, but yeah. And that's that. So yeah, you can go and change the abilities, or you can also give him an item to hold. But I mean, come on, that would be crazy for him to evolve into a Staraptor and him have that Master Ball or something like that. If you want to be cheap about it, then yeah, you can go ahead and do that. But I'm not actually sure it will always give your Pokemon that item. So yeah. Well, that's it for this tutorial. I hope this helped you. I basically just showed you how to add a Pokemon to the game. There is one last thing that I forgot to show you guys, but yeah, that's kind of something complicated that I really can't help you with. I mean, I could actually show you guys how to do it, but I mean, it really won't make it any different from what I'm basically going to show you. But that is to show you guys how to add the icon or change the icon for that Pokemon. Like since the icon for Victory Bell is still Victory Bell, well, you can also change it to Staraptor. But I'm sure there's another tutorial out there for you guys to watch. I mean, I'm not actually sure what the easy way of doing it, but yeah, I always have a hard time with that. But anyway, I hope this tutorial helped you once again, so I'll see you guys in the next tutorial, which will probably be changing the tiles for your game. So yeah, and the cities and stuff. So I'll see you guys then.